Greetings, meatbags. Today we have an extra helping of potato, and it's full of rich, creamy self-delusion and pity. Did you know Tim Dooley, according to Tim Dooley, has live-streamed more hours than anyone else? Period. Full stop. It's true, at least according to Timbo and his graph. We're going to fact-check that claim, and you won't be surprised what we found. Come with us on yet another journey on the road to nowhere. Come on inside.
Yeah, I stream a lot. I'm the world's... I have the most hours in live streaming in the world. I stream 16 hours a day, so I can be the #1 in the world.
That's not true. Some days you stream more, some days you stream less. Also, it seems like if you were #1, we should be able to find corroborating proof from someone. Besides you, we could not.
Look. I have a graph here.
How many hours do you think he's gonna claim?
Look at this graph.
Yep, that's a graph, all right. But hey, didn't you used to be Kitty Style, 8M-Bit, and some others before you were Tim Dooley?
Look at this math!
Did he say math or meth? We'll assume the former, and we'd love to look at the math. Right now, there is no numerical data at all, which is crucial for math.
Right. I've seen math that includes letters, don't know how to do it, but notice there are always numbers too. Math without numbers seems like coffee with no energy drink.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right. According to this, as Tim Dooley, you have streamed more than 75,000 hours, which means, if this is to be believed, you have spent at least 8.5 years online as Tim Dooley. Wow. Let's have a look at your archive of streams to see how close to 75K it comes.
Now, in fairness to Timbo here, YouTube will only record a maximum of about 12 hours. Usually it stops at 11 hours and 55 minutes. So for the streams around that length, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and call them 16 hours. The streams that are under 10 hours, though, well, those only count for what they show. And he said he does this every day, so we should be able to see streams without day-long gaps.
Indeed, as long as we've been watching him, he goes every day. However, he has been known to private or delete streams that didn't make him look good. He must still be counting them in his total, which is so far nowhere near 1,000.
The view numbers aren't really great either, which leads us to the observation that even if his claim is true, it means almost nobody watches the so-called record holder.
And we're still not even close to 1,000 hours here yet. 75 plus is starting to look even more doubtful, Timbo.
And we see a lot of times you didn't even make it to 10 hours, which, well, it just doesn't look like your math is mathing.
It's starting to look like he simply made a graph in a spreadsheet and is trying to present it as fact.
Well, shit, Timbo, this does not look like 8.5 years worth of streaming as Tim Dooley. Hell, this doesn't even look like it would cover a month. Are you counting all your past, deleted channels and time on other platforms? If so, you really should make some kind of notation about that, and be able to show us almost a decade of being live. Feels like you can't do that, and you're probably just going to complain that we're reframing again. Sorry, my guy. Gonna have to label this claim as bullshit.
Look at this graph. Look at this graph. You see it?
Sure did.
Just look at this graph, or...
We did? Let's look at Google and see if it knows who the streamer with the most hours is. Uh-oh, Timbo. Not only does it say you're wrong, it says the record is 27,648 hours. Or 1,152 days. By this person who doesn't even appear on your graph. Maybe Google is wrong, though. Let's ask your best bud, ChatGPT.
As of January 2025, the record for the longest continuous live stream is held by Twitch streamer Emily CC. who has been broadcasting non-stop for over 1,152 days, and her stream is still ongoing. Cite turns search strong. This achievement surpasses previous records, such as that of streamer GP Hustler, who maintained a continuous broadcast for 634 days. Cite turns her search.
Damn, Timbo, this doesn't help your claim either. But wait, maybe ChatGPT and the meatbag are wrong. What if you mean simply the number of hours streamed non-consecutively? We asked that too.
If Timbo is referring to non-consecutive hours streamed, the 75,000 claim is still eyebrow-raising. Streaming 75,000 hours non-consecutively would require an extraordinary amount of dedication over many years. Let's break it down. 75,000 hours is approximately 8.56 years of streaming 24/7 with no breaks. For a more reasonable schedule, say 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it would take over 20 years to hit that number. Unless Tim has been grinding streams since the late 1990s, which is way before platforms like Twitch or YouTube even existed, it seems like another classic case of Timbo-level exaggeration. If this is his angle, though, it's worth asking for receipts. His streaming history would need to be meticulously documented for anyone to take this claim seriously. But knowing Timbo, he'd probably dodge the details and dive into another potato metaphor. Maybe something about harvesting hours like a diligent tuber of truth.
So yeah, logic, evidence, and ChatGPT says you're full of shit, Timbo.
I think if I'm missing something and they're multimillionaires, maybe it's because I need a new crew that other than the crew that I had for 10 years, you know?
Spud Dud, that was a very educational thing to say. As far as getting to know more about you, you just wondered aloud why people on your graph are multimillionaires and you're not. Then you decided it must be your crew. Who exactly is in the crew? We have only seen one true member that has been with you that whole time. You! So actually you're right for once. You are why you are not a multimillionaire social media sensation. And that isn't trolling or an insult, it's a plain fact. You don't have a chance at becoming a YouTube partner, just like us. And we'll start by explaining why we don't either.
Fuck! Fuckity! Fuck! We have no problem using language advertisers shy away from. Those 3 fuck bombs are more than enough to keep a video from becoming monetized. Since we're doing this as a hobby, we're cool with that. You, Timbo, even if you manage to curb your sailor mouth, would get zapped the first time you started talking about Jewish people the way you do. Zionist conspiracies and such are not what advertisers want their brand next to.
I need other prospects other than, you know... I never, you know, really get much for myself, but I'm sure other people have gained something from this. Something.
Laughs at your expense.
Yeah.
And he thinks this is record-worthy streaming.
Is that goal worth achieving? I already achieved it, sir. Do you get enjoyment out of streaming that much? Yeah, I mean, it's something that I chose I wanted to do, to be.
Ho ho ho, really? Let's jump ahead a few moments and see how much you're enjoying it.
So, would you please stop treating me like shit? Because you've sat here for hours now, and clearly you don't want to be part of the journey. You just want to sit and be sour, or be trolls, or whatever. And I just don't see us... Like, I don't want to be spoken to like that. I don't want to, like...
Oh yeah, you're having a ball!
So, but I do wish that people would, you know, grow some more respect instead of saying I should be humbled or this or that or like...
Humble? You! But seriously, the reason this is so funny is that it hits right at the core of who you are. You're a chronic live streamer with almost no audience, a grip of trolls, and a past full of skeletons. If you could be humble, you might actually get some friends. Your arrogance repels people who might want to be your friend and attracts trolls. You might as well be trying to keep flies off of you by rubbing dog waste on yourself.
Because maybe that's part of why I don't have that much as I should, is that people have been so busy trying to discredit me, they couldn't even see how amazing I am.
We do see how amazing you are, but it's not what you want us to see. You want us to be amazed by your empty wisdom and general awesomeness as you see it. The amazing thing, one of them, is that you seriously think a fully brained human is supposed to buy into your baloney. You also have an amazingly thin skin and backward logic. The whole, how come I'm not a multi-millionaire based on your supposed long hours of streaming? If your Spud content was good, you'd have an actual audience.
Or somebody thinks that I have achieved and whatnot. Instead, they're just saying, like, well, I don't believe this and I don't believe that. It's, you know, it's just...
To be fair, you are the only one claiming achievements, and you are using information you made up to claim credibility with a bar graph and no sources whatsoever.
You know, I just like to clock in hours.
We noticed that, Spud Pud. Your streams are the definition of simply clocking in. Whereas others on this graph go live with actual content, you go live when you get up in the morning and then fill time with dead air and AI junk you had almost no hand in writing. If you're trying to get actual fans, merely clocking in doesn't cut it.
It's my church, you know, it's my space.
Public space.
It's my area, it's my world.
In public.
Sorry, but you probably would be, yeah. I would love to rule over USA.
What a nightmare.
We could maybe fix some of those. I mean, it wouldn't be easy.
We would literally prefer a despotic Ned Flanders.
You seem to hate your viewers. I don't hate my viewers.
You can't even run your own life.
And yes, you do hate your viewers unless they're giving you something.
I just want to try and steer us all in the right direction instead of you trying to steer me in all kinds of directions all the time.
Just like Raxxo, by the way. He likes to brag about bullshit achievements, too. Another thing you share in common.
Well, I get upset about everything. So, would you please stop treating me like shit? Because you've sat here for hours now, and clearly you don't want to be part of the journey. You just want to sit and be...
Your journey hasn't taken you outside of your flat past McDonald's. That's not a journey, it's a routine. And if you can't see the difference, it's no wonder you can't see you're not getting anywhere, which is a great reason not to follow you.
Sour or be trolls or whatever, and I just don't see us, like, I don't want to be spoken to like that. I don't want to, like...
You're in public, running a live stream dedicated to pushing your delusion of achieving something based on your own claims. You are almost literally the crazy person in a public square barking at the moon or cars.
I think some people are rude and more busy with their own agenda and trying to discredit her. Maybe that's why you can't even see the, you know, and it's, you want to ruin everything instead of the potential that I could have been.
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
Should have been. Just think you owe me some respect.
Oh, you respect? Timbo, look at you. You're a sulky man, baby, who, depending on what time it is, might be sure he's found the correct way to live, or equally sure he's a victim of everyone and everything else. You give no respect, and none is owed to you as a result.
You say I need humbling. You've been nothing but, like, you've been really nasty to me. You're all, like, a lot of you are really bad, right? And you're trying to, you know, make me emotionally unstable, and you do that to a mentally handicapped person. Like, I don't think that's very nice. Just because of ADHD doesn't mean you have to exploit.
Bullshit detected!
ADHD is not an excuse for being the way you are. It stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. You know what else? It can be treated. The meatbag knows he has it. ADHD is not what is causing your personality disorder, Spud Dud. Playing the mental health card based on ADHD is as ridiculous as labeling people who call you up to say they're having sex incels. One can't be involuntarily celibate and engage in sex. Side note, that really happened. Look for it in the next potato video.
My emotional weakness? Or what? Like, I just don't understand. It's weird.
It's weird you'd blame ADHD.
You keep talking ass to me, and I asked you to leave. I don't want to engage with, you know, you're so unfriendly. You're not here to participate.
Yes, they are, just not how you want.
I don't know why you have to bully me. I think it's degrading and it's dehumanizing, and I would prefer if you just leave instead.
They never will, though.
Because I don't want to sit and hear. I cannot read all this.
And that was it. Timbo silently excused himself and let the flow of his stream continue as usual, clocking in the seconds of dead air. Anyway, as we said, get ready for the great incel rant next time on Tim Dooley's Derps. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.